Hello all and welcome to Music Minute, the hot theory guide to learn those extra concepts the right way, brought to you by StephenJax.com. My name is Steve, and today we're going to go over something profound, because it's episode number 42. Here's the answer to the universe: it's the Wholetone Scale. As you may or may not know, the Wholetone Scale always has 6 notes. The way that you build it is you simply use whole tones, or whole steps, off of the main note you start on. For example, if we start on C, because everyone likes C, you have C, up a whole step is D, up a whole step is E, you continue up to F sharp, to G sharp, to A sharp, and finally end back on C. We skipped B. The Wholetone Scale sounds like this. If you were to play the scale up and down really fast, it sounds like this. Whoa, did anyone else just have a flashback? That's right, the Wholetone Scale is what's used whenever they have a flashback in a movie or a show or something. As a general movie-going and show-watching populace, we have all been kind of brainwashed into accepting that this sound means flashback. Cool, right? Now let's try to take the scale apart. If you look at all the notes and the relationships between each other, you only have major seconds, major thirds, and tritones. You can also make minor sixths and minor sevenths, but those are really just inverted major thirds and major seconds, respectively. What this results in is a scale that lacks a perfect fourth and a perfect fifth, not only just off the tonic, but anywhere. This is a typically uncommon thing, because pretty much every other scale has a perfect fourth or perfect fifth. This includes the major scale and all 3 minor scales, all the modes, the blues scale, and even Q major. But the Wholetone Scale is different. It just uses every other note. This is very clear to see on the keyboard. In fact, there are really only 2 families of Wholetone scales, the ones that use these notes and the ones that use these notes. This means that if you were to transpose like the C Wholetone Scale to D, you would still use the same notes, because they're in the same family. Of course, these scales can be respelled using flats instead of sharps. There are even key signatures for these things. Here's all 4, depending if you use sharps or flats and which family you use. The question is, if everything is equally spaced, how do you determine a tonic of the piece? The answer is relatively simple. You just give extra emphasis to your tonic. For example, if you wanted to use a C Wholetone Scale in your piece, you would just give extra attention to C. Your phrases would generally start and end on C. You'd have a lot of C in the bass. You'd probably end on a C, that kind of thing. And last but not least, let's talk about triads. The only triad you can possibly make out of this scale is the Augmented Triad. If you were to play all the augmented chords up and down the scale, it would sound like this. And that is like a super duper flashback. It's now that time of the show for a musical example. Enjoy. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Music Minute. If you have any comments or questions, or you have an idea for a future episode, Or if you're going to need therapy for that flashback sequence we had earlier in the show, you can let me know on Facebook, the comments below, or directly email me at my website, stevenjacks.com. And don't forget to subscribe for more Music Minutes. I'm not really a therapist.